Okay, Panther fans, look, I know it's been a rough couple of days, huh? And we got 6 wins in a row. Look, we're going to go for 7, but if we don't win tonight, it's not the end of the world. There's not that big of a difference between 6 and 7, you know what I mean? Francisco, there's a big difference between 6 and 7. What are you trying to say, huh? Let me know when we get to 8.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, so we got the Bruins. Big game. Big, huge game for a multitude of reasons. But let's talk hockey. Look, here's the thing. Bobrovsky's in net. That's a good thing. I like this. The split of the games. 2 for Bob, 1 for Knight. That's going to work out pretty good for us, I think. As far as I saw with the lineups, Lundell looks like he's still out, so Lusterinen is still in the third line. Looks like the fourth line is the same. I did see where they were saying that Notavar was on the ice in practice, so he's getting healthy again. But I see absolutely no reason in the world to touch the defensive pairs. All right? I just, if you want to give me something to finally bitch about, pull Connaughton off the ice and put Notavar in, and my head is going to spin on that one. Just no. Just leave it the way it is. Other than that, this is the big 3 out of 4 nights. This is going to give us another real peek into where we are, because we got 2 against Boston. Obviously, they're looking at the standings, and it's early and everything, but you don't want to get too far behind. All right? And then we've got that one with Detroit right back in the middle, where if you look at the standings in the division are just all backwards. I mean, we belong where we belong, but then you look at the rest, it's like Buffalo, Detroit, and you're looking and you're wondering, is this still 2021? Are we looking at the wrong year? It's really, really strange. And a lot of that's going on in the other conference, too. The Vegas is in last place. There's a lot of weird things going on. But it's early in the season, but expect a big game. Expect a big hitting game tonight. Boston's desperate to come in here and get 2 points. We've got 6 in the bank. Eventually that streak is going to end. Hopefully not tonight. Let's just play hockey. We're here to play hockey. We're here to talk hockey. That's the point. Everybody knows what else is going on. I made a video about that yesterday, so I'm going to keep that out of the recap. And big 2. Got to get a big 2. All right, so 1-1 after 1. We're getting completely outplayed by a team that's supposed to be a cup contender, and at the same time, the game is tied. Very similar in reverse to what happened in the last game. We definitely do not look like ourselves out there, but we're also scrapping and fighting back. Look, a team can't win every game. No matter what point in the season you are, you start winning 6, 7, 8 games in a row. It gets tougher and tougher each night to keep that up. I still feel good about this game, but we're definitely not ourselves. Bobrovsky's made a couple of nice saves. The goal was what? I mean, it bounces off a tippet, off of the ceiling, off of the banner, off of the net, off of the camera guy, and then into the net. So it was just one of those things. But Mason Marchman comes back and ties it. I just want to say one thing. During the live stream, everybody made me aware that there's all this new information about the Q thing. I haven't seen it. I'm only seeing people's reactions to it, so I'm not going to speak on that here in the recap. Tomorrow, I will check in with all the new information and make a video. I didn't want people to think that I was completely purposefully ignoring it, but also I'm not going to talk about what I haven't heard or seen yet. So, move on to the second period. Let's get 2 out of this, guys. We all could use 2. Alright, so 2-1 Panthers after 2. It could be a lot more, too. We've hit the post. We had a 2-on-none where Huberdeau and Bennett came down the ice, and he had more time. He tried to go 5-hole. He kind of rushed his shot. He had plenty of time. It's hard to not score on a 2-on-0, but we pulled that one off. So we've definitely had a lot of chances. Listerinen, I think I got it right that time. He gets his first goal of the year. Marchment gets his first goal of the year. I think goalie just said Forsling has 2 assists. I believe it was Forsling. So we look much, much, much better in that second period. Now, of course, now that they're losing and the game is getting close, the Bruins are doing what they're doing. They're starting to get a little bit chippy. Marchand hits, let's call him the Rat. The Rat hits Huberdeau in the back with a kind of a cross-check to the back of the head. Whoopsies, the referees didn't see that, oddly enough. We'll see if that gets made up. But I have a feeling third period, Bobrovsky is going to be busy. I think this is going to be one of those test periods for Bob. All right? You've been playing great so far. I think you're about to get shelled in the third period. Can you stop the puck? Because we're going to need it. Because Boston ain't playing around. They want to be the first ones to beat us. That's clear. Yes! Oh! We needed this. Florida Panther fans, we absolutely needed this. We needed to see that this team could come out a little distracted, not play their best, especially in the first period, and then basically dominate the rest of the game. And 4-1 with the empty net at the end. And a couple of things that before I forget, congratulations to Aaron Ekblad. Tonight was his 500. He's played 500 games. Bobrovsky, this game, yeah, we could have scored another 11 goals if we shot the puck and didn't miss the net and didn't hit the post and trifle. This was Bobrovsky. I mean, especially towards the end of the third period. I kind of said, you knew Boston was going to come at us hard. I thought they'd have a few more shots, but Bobrovsky was making some ridiculous saves. And I'll say the same thing I said when I went in the interview with Randy Moeller a couple days ago. I did that video over the summer watching a lot of film with Bobrovsky. He's better now than he was in Columbus. Because in Columbus, he was making ridiculous saves because he was out of position so much, but he could make up for it. This Bobrovsky is in position. He's better. I'm telling you. He's better than he was in Columbus. And that's long-term stuff. That's going to solve that playoff problem. And we got a team. We have an absolute team. I mean, this is 7 now. It was only 3, and then only 4, and only 5, and now 7. It's 7-0, people. All right? And I'm sure we're going to hit a space during the season where obviously we don't win 7 in a row, but we are, and it's early. I know it's early, but we're putting some numbers between us and some of these other teams. Okay? I mean, it just is what it is. What else do we see? Duke. Oh, now again. I almost don't want to mention this because I'm kind of kidding, but I'm kind of not. So over the summer, I made a video with multiple players about what they could improve upon. I'm not saying Duke watched the video. I will say he fixed the exact problem I said he needed to fix in that video, which was finding a way to be able to control that speed he has, because what he was doing last year was skating past the net. In case you haven't noticed, now what he's doing is he's sliding across in front of the net. I'm not saying he watched the video. Maybe he did, but he did fix the exact issue I said he needed to fix, and it's beautiful. He's finishing off. It's made our top line just ridiculous to defend against, and this is just beautiful. Everything is beautiful except for the thing which we're not going to talk about. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Because at this pace, with the new information that keeps coming out, who knows what we're going to wake up to tomorrow. So I'll deal with all of that tomorrow. Right now, I just want to be happy that we won this game. And I talked about this in the live stream. There's a lot of people asked, what do I think? How do I think the team's going to look? I said, if we could come out tonight and focus in on and win this game under these circumstances, it's going to prove that this team is going to have what it takes come playoff time. And including Bobrovsky. This was an absolute massive test for this team. And we just beat the Bruins 4-1. We just beat them 4-1. And it could have been more. It could have been more. The second period, third period for the most part, but especially the second period, we absolutely dominated. And I gotta say, this fourth line is not a fourth line. is not a fourth line. Now, I don't know if Joe can keep up this pace. Obviously, with Achari's injury, he wasn't anticipating playing this often. I don't know how many minutes a game they're getting, 7, 10. But right now, this fourth line, when they're on the ice, they dominate. It's not close. It's not close. It's like watching Barkov with Huberdeau and Yager in the sense that they're so much better than everybody else on the ice when when they're playing against obviously the other team's fourth lines or even the third line. They're just doing it. And when we did the interview with George Richards, I asked him at practice, because he was there when Yager was there, and basically what George said was Joe's faster than Yager was, and I saw it on the ice tonight. He's not fast by any means, but he's not lagging behind the play and costing. Where like before with Yager, Huberdeau and Barkov would be in the zone, and here comes Yags way from back there. That's not happening. That's not happening here. And if Hornquist could hit the net, they'd had a couple of goals tonight. Let's get Hornquist some target practice, because high and wide, high and over the net. So that's the only thing. It's trifle. It's minor. But we have to find something to work on, right? All right. So we just beat Boston, and now comes. I don't know what comes in the next few days, guys. I'm gonna do this video. I'm gonna enjoy my night. In the morning, I'm gonna wake up and see what the hell is going on, what the hell happened. I'm gonna have a video about the situation tomorrow. I'm gonna still have the review up with Stu, and that should be enough. That should carry me through tomorrow, and hopefully, I don't want to talk about it. Hopefully, the situation starts to become resolved rather than continuing to escalate. That's what I'll say right now. All I know is we're 7-0, and I said this, regardless of what happens, I have confidence in this team. I have confidence in these players, after tonight especially, that they will hold it together, and we will see the success that we're meant to see with these players, regardless of what happens elsewhere. So I'll put it that way. All right, beautiful night. I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. I'm going to have the review up with Stu tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have the video up about Q before or after that. It'll probably be after, because I got to take the dogs to the beach and then do the thing with Stu. So look for the video with Stu and I about 11:30, and then after that, I'll have something up about what's going on with Q and all the new stuff that came out today. So other than that, it's 7-0, guys. It's beautiful. It's going to eventually... Remember, I started this channel right after we had that 12-win streak, so I'm not going to say it's going to end anytime soon. Who knows? Who knows how long this is going to last? Let's try to enjoy it. Let's try to enjoy it, guys. I realize there's a taste that we all have right now. Let's just enjoy the hockey. If the players can put together that performance tonight as fans, we need to enjoy it. That's just focus on the players right now. All right, guys. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.